The first step to creating an account is, of course, signing up. So you do that from the EfficiList.com website, and you click on the Sign Up tab. And this will take you to the login. So this is where you'll log in the future to be able to view your listings as well as create new listings. But since this is the first time, you'll click on Register here. You'll enter your first name, your last name, an email address, as well as a password that's 8 to 20 characters, includes numbers, at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and then optional special characters. You then confirm your password below and then press Submit. At this point, we'll send you an email, and the email will include a link to confirm your email address, and when you click on that link, it'll send you to the settings page. So this is where you'll come in the future if you want to change your password as well as buy new listings. But for the first time to set up your account, you will decide about label printing. So to print labels, we use a Dymo printer, and the reason is that it works seamlessly with the program to where it doesn't open a separate window that makes you press print and automatically prints it when you hit save. And so we print two different labels with this program. The first one is a 1 inch by 1 inch label that includes the inventory number as well as a barcode. The second one is a 2 by 4 inch label that includes the title, the inventory number, as well as another barcode. And the reason we use these is the first one that's 1 inch we like to attach to the item itself to be able to keep track of it throughout the entire process. And the larger sticker, we use that for storing purposes. So if you keep your items in a bin, you can put that label on the front of the bin or on the top of the bin so you know exactly what's contained in there. Or if you keep your items within bags, you can put the sticker on the front of the bag and know exactly what's within there. If you don't want to print labels, then you can just click on the Just Show number at the end. And this will then just show you the inventory number, but won't actually prompt the computer to print your label. You then enter an inventory start label. Or start number. So if you do have an inventory system that already uses numbers, you can enter your next consecutive number here and it'll start going on from there consecutively. If you don't have an inventory system, I would suggest setting one up now, and you can start with the number 1, and then from there it'll number each of your listings so that you can keep track of it and know exactly which listing is which and which number you're on. You then connect with eBay. So to do that, you click Connect to eBay, and it'll send you to the eBay page where you enter your username as well as your password, and then it'll send us back a token that'll look something like this. And the reason for that is so that we don't have any of your login information, so it's all completely secure, but it still allows us to talk back and forth with your eBay site so that we can upload the listings. Then there's also the sandbox token. So this one's completely optional. This you have to set up an eBay developer account beforehand. And the advantage of this is that it allows you to click sandbox from the listings page. Instead of actually uploading your items, it kind of test uploads them so that you can see if there's any errors that you need to change or to see exactly what your items will look like. You then also enter the PayPal email as well as your zip code and then which eBay site you want to be viewed on. After that, you click Save All Settings and move on to the Preferences page. So this is where you set if you accept returns, the return window, who pays the return shipping cost, as well as your handling time for shipping items to the buyer. Then below you decide the shipping cost to the buyer. So if you do calculated, then it's all based on your location, your buyer's location, and the weight that you enter into each article. So the reason we have it separated out by article is because most items that are within the same article usually weigh a similar weight as each other. So we do this to make it simple. So while a coat may weigh 4 pounds, blazers are more likely to weigh 2 pounds or under. And then you enter which shipping methods that you offer, as well as if you offer international shipping. And then eBay will calculate all of these prices for you. If you instead decide to do flat domestic, calculated international, then it'll still use the weight that's given for your international shipping, but it'll use whichever you enter for the flat rate cost and whichever items you click on as shipping methods offered. So then for your store category, so this is if you have an eBay store, each eBay store category is assigned a unique number to your store. So you can enter that here so that you can separate each item out by article to help buyers find your items easier. You then click Save Preferences, and you can move on to the Brands page. So this is where you determine your most used brands to show on your short list. So these are the default brands that we already have. So if you use a lot of these brands, you can already go ahead and just do add all defaults. But say you don't and you only use a few of them, or you want to change the order of them, you just click on each brand and it'll automatically move it over and then put it on the brand page in the order that you select them. You can also add your own brands here depending on which brands you use. You then click Save All Brands, and these are the brands that'll show on your short list to make it easier so that you don't have to write them in and you can just click on them. And last but not least, you click on Title Order. So this will be the order that your title will display, as well as which words are most important to you to be displayed within your title. So for the title item space order, these are the words that are most important to you. So depending on how much space there is within your title. So of course the brand is one of the most important, as well as what it is, if it's a dress, a skirt, and also the size, and maybe the condition if it's new with tags. You then can decide from here on which items are most important. So if the knit is the most important at sweaters, you can put that closer to the top and it'll make sure that it's definitely included in the title if there's room. The next side is the title order position. So for these, this is the order that you want your title to show in. So how it's currently displayed is color, print, material, brand, collection, sleeve style or fit, as well as style, article, size, and condition. So some people want their brands to be first in the title. So to do that, you just click and drag, and then maybe you want the size to be next. You put that next, and if it's new with tags, you can put that next so that that'll show next in your title. So this way the title will instead read brand, size, condition, color, print, details, etc. So you can move it around whichever is most important to you in whichever order you want to show it in. You then click Save Title Order, or if you decide that you don't want this, you can click Default Order and it'll move it back to where it started. And this is the end of your settings. After this, you can start your first listing and have everything already set and ready for you exactly the way you want.